Hey everybody, it's Bennett. I thought I'd pop on to weigh in on this new backyard breaks controversy and go over some of the things I've been hearing on YouTube and on the internet about these guys and reading about them on Twitter, and give sort of my not part of the larger breaking ecosystem hobby world. I've been hearing a lot of things. I know Jeff Wilson just did a thing with his buddy Teacup or Teapot, I don't know, his math guy, who presented some pretty suspect numbers. For those of you who don't know what's going on, Backyard Breaks recently pulled 4 gigantic hits out of Panini products. They pulled the LeBron Triple Logo Man. They pulled the Cade Black 101 out of Prism. They pulled, what else did they pull? They pulled the Golden State Warriors Logo Man out of Flawless, and they pulled something enormous out of NT as well. I can't remember off the bat what it is, or offhand what it is. Anyway, point is that they pulled 4 really, really huge hits, and it's one breaking company pulling 4 of arguably the biggest basketball hits of the year, and people are starting to talk. Now, a lot of this is of Backyard Breaks' own making, because Backyard Breaks is, seemingly run by a bunch of, 18 or 19-year-olds with funny-looking hair who are undeniably shady and doing things that are, dishonest or on the fringe of dishonest, and, and just comport themselves in a way that would lead you to believe that anything like this would have to be untoward, that there would have to be something going on. I've had my own run-ins with Backyard Breaks when they first started breaking on Whatnot. They did some really shady things where they would do hit drafts, and then their friends would complain about the outcome of the hit draft, or people that they were in cahoots with, and they would rerun the hit draft, claiming that it wasn't done properly. They would do all kinds of crazy stuff like that. Everybody knows about the Trevor Lawrence gold kaboom that was in the giveaway that they then didn't give away. And people point to those things and they say, oh, look, they didn't give away that Trevor Kaboom, they must be up to something. All the Trevor Kaboom situation proves is that they had no business acumen. They have no sense, to damage their credibility and to sort of attempt to slaughter the golden goose that they currently have over one card or one giveaway, would be so monumentally, and was so monumentally short-sighted. Now, they seem to have weathered that storm. You can argue they should have been able to or should not have been able to, but the reality is that on Whatnot and platforms like that, and a lot of the breaking world now are not people like me. They're not grown men. They're a bunch of kids. You listen to the music that's played on Whatnot, and people are screaming and yelling. The music's really loud. It's a madhouse. There's no oversight on the platform. Obviously, Whatnot is making attempts to have more control over their own platform, but currently they don't. It's a free-for-all. There's a reason I don't break on Whatnot, because I don't trust the process, frankly, and I don't trust a lot of the breakers, and it's a shame, because it is a very good way to access product. It's a good way to access breaks in real time when you have time on your schedule rather than on a breaker's schedule. So there are a lot of things about Whatnot and the platform and the way that it's structured that are good. There's just too many bad elements like the Backyard Breaks guys on there. Now, again, do I think that Backyard Breaks is loaded with shady characters? Oh, 100%. Do I think that they are, in their heart of hearts, would they steal something from someone? Would they, if they had the sense or they had the ability, would they contact somebody at Panini, pay somebody in the sorting factory that produces Prism to put a tracking device on a particular case of cards, or a serial number, get to the serial numbers, because Flawless, as many of you may know or don't know, is hand-packed by Panini employees. So could they have, gotten tipped off and said, hey, I'll give you X if you give me, yeah, I guess, do I put it past them, morally? No, I think they would absolutely do it. Do I think they're capable of pulling off the level of sophisticated, do they think they possess the level of sophistication, I should say, in order to have done that? Absolutely not. 100% no. They come across as a bunch of, pardon the term, but a bunch of morons, and I think that's what they are. I don't think that's an act. Now, this whole controversy and everything surrounding Backyard Breaks couldn't be better for them. I mean, they are going to make a ton of money off of this. I mean, the only reason I don't do anything with Backyard Breaks or have nothing to do with Backyard Breaks is because they're such a poorly run company. And my experience with poorly run companies is that eventually they go away. You know, that's the market. That's the American economy. That's capitalism. That's the way it goes. So I try to avoid companies that at least present themselves the way that Backyard Breaks does. But I think we need to put to bed the idea that Backyard Breaks is somehow in cahoots with folks at Panini. I mean, as incompetent as they seem to be and disorganized as they seem to be Backyard Breaks, they seem to be equally incompetent and disorganized at Panini. I mean, if you're familiar with Panini products or trying to get a redemption from them or trying to replace a damaged product, or if you see just the way that their product is presented, their forward-facing presentation to the world of collectibles is so poor, and it's such a poorly run company that it's hard to imagine that there's any, coordination between these two groups of people. Now, that said, there may be. This may be the most brilliant crime ever, ever perpetrated on the world of collectibles. But I think if you ignore some of the hyperbole and you really get into the numbers and the percentages, is it unlikely they would have hit these 4 cards out of these products all while they were breaking? Yeah, but they break a ton of this product. So it's unlikely, but do I think there was anything untoward? I don't. I really don't. Again, I would avoid breaking with them because they are seemingly very, very bad guys, and the experiences I have had with them have all been negative. I've never had a positive experience with them, and obviously this was a while ago, but I don't break with them anymore. And that's it. I'd like to know who you guys break with. Who do you break with? Who do you trust in this industry? I'd like you to drop a comment. Let me know. Also, if you could subscribe, if you don't already, hit the like button. It helps out enormously if you do that. It takes a second. I would really appreciate it. And that's it. I'll see you next time.